What's good with the YouTube? You already know. Big Flacco from a convict's perspective. And I'm smashing, dashing, sliding on through with a little bit of energy. Check it out, everybody, man. We got strangers from Florencia. We're going to talk about the beginning ages of his life, man. Then we're going to get to, eventually we're going to get to some of the stories about some of the crazy stuff that's happened in his life since he's been incarcerated, man. How you doing, stranger?
Oh, man, just living it one day at a time, man. 1 hour at a time.
That's right. That's right. So, let's start it off, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself so people get a little acquainted with you.
Man, born and raised in South Central Los Angeles in the city of Florence, you know, right there, growing up in my neighborhood, one day at a time, and living that little crazy life where I call, you know what I mean, for my mother, my family, and enjoying life.
Yeah. Talk a little louder to the phone, brother.
Okay, there's a little phone tripping over here, but yeah, man, just, you know, like I said, I'm from South Central Los Angeles, the city of Florence. Just, you know, growing up there as a little kid, you know, all it was to do is get into fights, gang banging, and doing it all.
Yeah. How old were you when you got into the hood?
Oh, man, I was started hanging out with the homies when I was like 12 years old, got into the hood when I was 13, and after that, it just became that lifestyle was, you know, in the cars and straight doing the thing, you know, my worst enemies and everything.
Yeah, so growing up, man, like, who were some of your main enemies out there in the streets?
The ones I always took care of was more of East Side 38th Street and Playboy. Those the main ones I took care of.
Yeah.
I got a few of them under my belt.
Okay. So, what did you go to YA, juvenile hall, or all that? I mean, what? Let me ask you something. What gravitated you towards?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
What gravitated you towards the gang lifestyle?
Well, you know, in elementary, you know, it's good for a lot of good friends of mine. We came from BMS, me type of this thing, some from 38, and me and a few from Florence, and that's what I stuck with from Florence, you know, and it all started in elementary, man. After that, it's a little, like I said, it all just started there, and lifestyle led from one thing to another, from stealing cars to, I mean, I got caught stealing cars just so we could go through some quick drive-bys. Back then, when we could do drive-bys.
Yeah.
Wow, you couldn't do it no more, man. But yeah, I know we're going to juvenile hall. My good friend of mine, you know, and yeah, I ended up going to YA for a few years. Yeah.
How's your YA experience?
Let me tell you one thing, man. I thought being in the neighborhood fighting all day long was something, and YA, all you had to do was fight, and more fighting. And I mean, that's one thing that prepared me for prison. Why it was a different experience where, you know, you just think with your mind, you had to think with your fist.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I learned that about custody right there, that, you know, we're little kids and hyped up and everything, they treated us like stepchildren, man. That's one thing I ended up hating authority. So the stuff they used to do and how they did me, that I was so hyper, they put me, they locked me down in a room 24/7, even for a month, sometimes even two, won't let me go to school, nothing but stay in the room with nothing.
Oh wow, I heard about. What YAs were you at?
Well, I went to it's called SRTC right there in Norwalk. That's Reception Center. Then I ended up transferring me to Northern Reception Center right here in Rancho Cordova. From there, I went to OH Close. From OH Close, so almost beat down somebody with a weight. And they transferred me to Paso Robles. From Paso Robles to YTS. And from YTS, doing my thing right there, I ended up going to a halfway house. I was only out there in the streets for like 3 weeks and a half without I picked up my, like I said, man, I wasn't even able to be with a woman or nothing because my first weekend passed, caught a case, took me 1 hour, came back to prison for attempted murder on 2 cops.
So you went from Southern Reception to Northern Reception. How was the Northern Reception?
Let me tell you one thing, man, right there, and I was there for 3 weeks and all I did was fight all day long. I'm talking about I go to Chow Hall, getting jumped, and fighting, having a good time.
It's kind of a little different. It's kind of different, huh? It's like you go from gang banging on the streets to meeting these Norteños you never met before in your life, huh?
Man, let me tell you, from gang banging in the streets, my worst enemies became my road dogs in there. We had to stick together, you know what I mean, be together. And going up to the NRTC, it was a different story, man, with the Norteños, just getting busy all day long. From the Chow Hall, even in the shower time, asshole naked, we fighting.
Yeah.
That's all we learned to do. We just fighting. I got the scars over in my face.
Do you think that prepared you for the prison?
Just like I said from the beginning, why it prepared me for prison. in prison. You know, in YA, you know, you learn how to make shanks and do your thing, and I learned how to make coke while I was there in YA. And, you're learning how to get used to that pepper spray and them ass whoopers by grown ass man, which is custody.
Yeah.
That's like me being in prison, man, it deterred me for all that, because, like, I don't tolerate no disrespect or mistreatment. You know, that's why I hate authority. It made me that way. Now that I'm an adult, that's the way I am.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, so you got jumped in your hood when you were 13, you said, right?
I was 12, and then I finally got my thing when I was 13 years.
You went to how old were you when you got out of YA?
Well, I was man. I was 30, I believe. I was 20. I got arrested when I was 13. I didn't get out until I was 20. And yeah, I went to the halfway house. 3 weeks there. First weekend passed. On the case, took on 2 cops and came on state.
So you caught this attempted murder, what, 98?
Yeah, 98. June, I caught it in May, and I took my number. I came to the state June 30th, 1998. Called my P number.
So was it on your rivals, or was it just a spur of the moment, or what was going on?
Well, no, listen to me. Like I said, I went to the halfway house, and my mom and my dad wanted to come pick me up in the halfway house. I said, no, don't worry. I lied to him. I told him, don't care that. You guys can't pick me up. I'll go over there. So I jumped on the bus, headed towards my neighborhood, and I got off on what we call the one-way right there on 59 in Compton, and went to the homie's house, and next thing you know, they know I love guns, and I love shooting cars, and I seen a gun I liked, and I pocketed it real quick. I get at you guys later. Instead of jumping back in the bus, they offered me a ride. Like, I'm good on the ride. You got a bike. So he gave me a bike, and my family at the time, they lived over there in Watts. So we don't get along with Watts. So they're like, hey, that's a long ride. I said, don't trip. I got a gun. I got a bike. I got my legs in this road. And as soon as I hit the corner, sheriff pulled me over, and one thing that you know, I had my gun point. I never shot, and but I had my gun point. I had him hospital right there for a little bit. And there was no witnesses, no nothing, so I had to wait for traffic pulls up and everything. And once traffic came, I took off running. And then they gave me for attempted murder, but I ended up dropping it down to Brandon to the farm at 2 feet. And I had my gun point. I had him, they didn't move no work, but they called it false in prison.
So basically, just put the thing on them, and they got you for They always try to do that, man. So, how long of a time did you do on that case?
On that one, I just got 16 months because I took a quick deal, even though I was an 8-con with a gun fully loaded and everything. But as soon as they offered me the deal, because they saw me I was already in the dope. You know, I told them when I was 20 years old, so they gave me a quick deal as in the dope. Boom, I jumped on it quick, did 16 months, and got out of there after 1999.
So 1999, you paroled, man. Hit the streets again. How was prison for your first time?
Oh, beautiful experience, you know, from everything I heard of to now, you know. But yeah, it's just that's a change because of the same thing. How they try to treat and trip out how people bow down to custody. I don't bow down to custody. They want. I don't play by the rules. Never have.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So any type of incidents while you were locked down this time?
Oh, yeah, quite a few rides, you know, doing my thing, a few stabbings get away. So the way we orchestrated this is, I do the stabbing where they do the jumping. I go over to the person, start stabbing real quick, get out the way, so I want to take off on them. I walk away. I start running that way, I'm going out the way, hit the floor, very shit quick.
Yes.
That's one thing. Like I said, I don't play by the rules. I love doing stabbing.
Hey, Spencer, brother, talking to the tablet a little bit better because it's hard to hear you, brother. Spencer.
Okay, yeah, like I said, my thing was this, I was always raising my hand to do the pattern, you know, it's just like, when somebody got to get got, we start off in possession, I mean, especially in the county jail, like I said, okay, especially in prison, it's like, yeah, I'll do the stabbing real quick, and I always set it up, like, when I'm doing the stabbing, after that, 3 fools jump on them, I can get away, next thing you know, everybody wins.
Yeah.
I get away better than I feel quick, I get away from the scene.
Yeah, the day your bombers and stuff. I remember those days too. Hey, the politics were a little bit different during that time era, huh?
And back then, politics was beautiful. Everything just got watered down. I'm talking about, I think I'm out telling me, like, damn, it's watered down on this side. Like, yeah, that's what happened. You know, but back then, everything was unity, camaraderie, and everything. I'm talking about lovely, beautiful, good to be a thing, you know. But now these days, everything's way different.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. You know what I'm saying? So you get out on this term, man. I mean, I guarantee you hit the streets running, right?
Yeah, I get the streets just running, had a great time out there. 1999 was the best year of my life. Well, it's a lot more years than that because I had all my children. But, yeah, no, man, 1999 was the shit. Got out there politicking, making money, having fun.
So you were involved in the street politics?
Of course. But that's one thing I stay away from because, politics is politics. But, yeah, I was involved in all that and some. Like I said, I raised my hand in prison. I always raised my hand in the street.
Okay.
I don't play by the rules. I love the dirty. That's it.
Yeah. Florencia was doing a lot at that time, man. You know what I mean? What type of activities were you involved in at that time?
Oh, man, gangbang, like I said, politics for everything, especially when everybody knows about the gang war with the East Coast. I got 11 bodies on those motherfuckers, like I said. I raised my hand for a lot of good stuff. And everybody knows my name, everybody knows what time it is with me. I don't play by the rules, and I'm always strapped.
Yeah, the East Coast situation, that's when some product was stolen, right?
What?
The incident with the East Coast, was that over some stolen product?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I said, you said it yourself. All I can say is this: I did it for the gangbang. I did it for the gangbanging and for my neighborhood.
That's right.
It's the open market right there, open season. It got me a few ducks and let's have it.
Yeah. So
that's what I called it, a few ducks.
So you ended up catching another term, right? What'd you catch your next term on?
My next term was firearm again and stolen car. That's what I'm known for: firearms, stolen cars, and robbery.
Okay, it's them stolen cars and them robberies and them guns, huh? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Like I said, I like to have fun. When I love with the family, I love to have fun.
So from this point forward, you must have got a little bit of time, right?
What you mean? From right now?
No, have you got out since then or no?
Yeah, I ended up uploading in 2009, man, and I was out there in 2011, and I was a rap after that.
Okay, yeah. So you were me and you were in Corcoran together. We already talked about that. We were in the shoe together around the same time. What year did you get validated, and why'd you get validated?
Well, I get validated. People know. I know quite a few people. Some are dead already. Quite a few make their heads and everything because one of the homies in my neighborhood, Big P and everything. But yeah, I got validated behind a lot of good stuff that I did. That's what I went to YA for shit I had to handle.
Okay,
that's how my YA career started.
All right, let me ask you a question. What was the worst incident you feel you were ever involved in prison? That I know you with that action rap, but what was one of the most scariest times where, man, this is getting real?
This getting real. Well, the thing is this. Just like I said, I've always said that everybody knows I don't play by the rules. When the shit got real, when motherfuckers can't handle their own disagreements and want to use camaradas as pawns, I don't play that shit. And that's really we're grown ass man all in prison. It's like an adult here. When a man can't handle his own business like a coward, and
You have 60 seconds remaining.
when you call them on it, they get offended. Handle shit like that.
Were you a camarada?
Yes, I was a camarada.
Okay. There's a difference. Okay. Most definitely. You gonna call back right now?
I sure will.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, so you said you were a camarada. I got a question, right? Because I've met a lot of camaradas over the years, but I never really a lot of emeros and stuff. What's the difference between a regular Southsider and a camarada?
Well, it's like this. The regular Southsider, that's what it is. You got three of them: residents, Southsiders, and what we call camaradas. People get the misconception wrong. Camaradas, straight up, you front line for everything. Front line for everything. Whether front line for everything. My boy's going back and killing everything. That's what it is. And I'm always seeing it come out of day one.
Okay, yeah, I get kind of confused. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know if it was like how the Nuestra Raza, the Nuestra Raza for the NF used to have as a sub faction. They were called Norteños too. Kind of similar in a sense, huh?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we're going to go into more of your prison stuff in the next interview, guys. We just want to give you guys a little base understanding. Then we're going to be talking about some of these crazy cases, man. But as always, man, Stranger, let me ask you something. What would you want to tell a youngster out there in the streets, man, that about this lifestyle and this path?
I can't hear you.
I said, what would you tell a youngster, right, that's out there in the streets, that's out there, man, up to no good, that's still at a young age, if you could?
Let me tell you what's the best thing I could tell if I just go back even right now. Is this. You don't got to be something to be somebody, to be yourself. That's all I can say. Be yourself.
All right, there you guys have it there.
Don't be a follower. Yep.
Well, so next time I'll have the brother on, we're going to go more into details of his prison stories and stuff like that. We're out.